Hello ladies and gents, Jack here, and today Titanfall gets fragged. What the hell does that mean, Jack? You blithering idiot. What are you talking about? You're talking nonsense. You're rambling on, okay? Well, basically, it's me talking by myself in front of a microphone for about 10 to 15 minutes about a specific game. We did it for the Mighty Quest for Epic Loot last week. Now we're going to do it for Titanfall. It's completely unscripted, just live commentary. And yeah, I thought we'd do this. There's also a special something at the end of the video. If you make it that far, a chance for you guys to get hold of a piece of me. Well, that does sound quite sexual, but I assure you it's not. And if you stay till the end of the video, then all will be revealed. I'm sure you all know what Titanfall is by now. There's a load of hype behind it, whatever, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have played it. It's a multiplayer first-person shooter, multiplayer only, I may add. There's no single player. Well, there's sort of single player. It's sort of mixed in with the multiplayer. And yeah, there's wall running. You can jump around. It's really twitchy. And you can also get in a big mech called the Titan and fight each other. And it's had stellar reviews across the board. If you go on any website, CVG, Polygon, Games Radar, whatever, go and check it out. Most people have been giving it like 8s and 9s out of 10s and say it's a very fun overall experience. But there are some problems with it, and I thought, you know, when I do my impressions videos, I like to come across with the positive stuff first, and then I leave the bad stuff till the end of the video. But today I thought, you know what, let's start off with the negative stuff, because although the game is very good and it is very fun, there are a lot of problems with the game that I wanted to highlight and bring to your attention. I guess maybe it will help your decision on whether you want to actually buy the game or not, or if you want to continue playing it. Here we go, let's do this. Now, before I start, I want to add that this is based on a solid week of gameplay. I've been playing with a group of 6 people, and we all flew VPN airlines when the game came out in other countries and unlocked the game, and we've been playing it for a week now. And yeah, we've got nearly 20 hours I think on record, so played a pretty decent amount. And every time we've played together in a group of 6, so the game is 6v6. So these impressions are based off me playing the game with other people on TeamSpeak, communicating and talking about tactics and gameplay. So yeah, this isn't really a solo experience of the game. So yeah, just take that into account, that I'm always playing with friends when I'm playing, and I've always got a group, and we're always having fun and trying hard to win. And also, this is based off the PC version. We don't play on Xbox One, although I have played the game on Xbox One, and the gameplay is very similar. A lot of the things that I'm going to mention are PC specific, although there is some crossover and some of it is relevant, but it'll be quite obvious what is and what isn't. So I've made a few notes because I don't have an idyllic memory. I can't remember everything. Performance issues. So I've got a pretty good PC setup, 780 Ti in SLI, 4960X processor, and 32 gig of RAM. And it handles pretty much any game that you throw at it. However, with Titanfall, I've been having some frame drops, and although the FPS is capped at 60, we'll get onto that in a bit, don't worry, I have found that sometimes it does feel like it's chugging along. And I think Level Cap actually said the same thing as well. I don't know whether this is an issue with SLI in particular. It might be. I've not tried disabling one of the cards, but yeah, I do get a lot of micro stuttering on this game, which is a problem with SLI, which I don't really get on other games anymore. And yeah, some significant frame drops, which obviously needs looking into, because it's not like an amazing looking game. I think it's certainly a good game, but it shouldn't be that stressful to run on, you know, a good gaming PC. It's the Source engine after all, which is very scalable. I don't have any problems with other Source engine games. There are some performance issues there, but I'm sure they'll get sorted out in a patch, whatever. Next, no private lobbies. The matchmaking system in the game, you can team up with friends, so you can make like a lobby of 6 and then search for a game, but you can't specifically team up against 6 other people that you want to play against, okay? So, and that completely kills competitive gaming. So you can't have like arranged matches, not possible, you can't do it. What if you wanted to have a gather or like an in-house where you've got 12 friends on TeamSpeak and you're just like, yeah, you know what, let's play against each other for a few hours, it's going to be fun. Nope, can't do that, impossible. So the lobby system certainly needs a lot of work. I don't know if you could hear that ambulance going past, but there you go. Also, sort of related to the lobby system, there's no team balance in this game, for what I can tell. Like, the matchmaking is all over the place. Me and my mates, the guys that we've been playing with, we're all like Generation 2 now, which means that we've got to the max level and then prestiged, so to speak, gone back to 0. But we're Generation 2, which means we've been playing the game a lot. And we're getting matched up against lobbies of like level 1s and level 4s. And as expected, you know, they're new to the game. They don't know the ins and outs. They don't know the maps. It's very imbalanced, put it that way. And we haven't really had that many close games where the game's been very well balanced. Like, we've not come up a complete lobby of 6 other Gen 2 people, put it that way. So it doesn't really seem like there's skill-based matchmaking in there at the moment, and obviously that's a big problem for new players, because that's going to completely kill their enjoyment of the game. If they buy it, they get home, they're like, yippee, gonna play some Titanfall, it's gonna be amazing, yeah, and then they just get crushed by a group of Generation 4 shit buckets, put it that way, every time they play. Yeah, they definitely need to implement some sort of skill-based matchmaking system. It really needs that. That's a big one. There's not that many guns or really detailed customization in the game. I think there's 10 primaries for the pilots and 3 secondaries, and there's like 5 anti-Titan weapons, and I think there's 5 Titan weapons as well. And I'm sure it's for like a balancing reason. You know, you do get some games, dare I say Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, where there's just so many weapons in the game that it's impossible to balance them all, and there's always like 3, you know, like 2 or 3 weapons that really stand out and everyone just uses because they're the best. And I think in Titanfall it's quite obvious that the shotgun and the assault rifle, the carbine, are just so far above all the other weapons in the game that it's pointless really using any of them at the moment, unless you just enjoy them, unless you're just having fun, you like a bit of variation, whatever. But in terms of balance, I think the carbine is definitely the best weapon in the game, closely followed by the shotgun, and it sort of makes the other weapons just a bit obsolete, really. And yeah, I wish there was more of them. Wish there was a bit more customization. There is, like, you can put suppressor on, extended mag, and match triggers, all this stuff, but it's nowhere near as detailed as a game like BF4. But then again, does it have to be for a game like Titanfall? I don't know. But yeah, it just seems like I'm just using the carbine every single round, and yeah, it's a bit samey, I guess. Next up, you can't pick maps to play on. There's no map voting system. Number one, this is a problem because what if you have like a favourite map and you want to play that? But then again, that's a problem with map voting in itself, because you get people just voting for the same map again and again and again, and everyone would just be voting for Angel City, and that's all that you'd ever play, even new players. But the problem with not having map voting is with the campaign. So the campaign mode in the game, again, it's a mix of single player and multiplayer. You sort of get these cutscenes in the game, and there's 2 sides. There's the IMC and there's the militia, the good guys, the bad guys, whatever you want to call it. It's a bit of a grey area. And if you complete the campaigns, you get access to new Titans. So you do one of the campaigns, you get the Strider, which is like a super fast Titan, but he's a bit weak. And then you complete the other one and you get the Ogre, which is like a big sort of guerrilla style Titan, which has loads of durability, but it's a bit slower. And they have different core abilities, whatever. For the new players that have just picked up the game, that's fine, because everyone's playing campaign at the moment, and it's you know, it's pretty easy to find a lobby where you can go through and complete the campaign. Although sometimes if you're crushing the other team, they tend to leave on the 3rd map and then you get put back to the 1st map. So it's sort of like Groundhog Day, you do the same map again and again. What about in like 4 months' time, when someone buys the game and they want to complete the campaign to get the Ogre and the Strider Titans, obviously a very important aspect of the game, they can't get them because hardly anyone's playing the campaign anymore. They've all done it. They're all playing attrition and capture the flag and pilot hunter, all the other game modes. They've done the campaign, but the new guys, it's going to be pretty hard for them to complete. Yeah, obviously that's a balance issue, because the new players won't have access to the other Titans, and I can imagine it's going to be quite frustrating for those new players as well. Moving on now to more sort of gameplay mechanics, I guess. There's a melee system in the game for the pilots, and it's like a kick, like a high ninja kick, and it's a one-hit kill. Man, it really annoys me. It should be a 2-hit kill, I think, and it's got like a lock on as well, which I'm not a fan of. So you know, you say someone's running towards you and they've got the stim on, which means they run really fast. You get like 2 or 3 shots on them. You know, you clearly feel like you're gonna win, and then they just jump kick you in the face and you're dead. Doesn't seem like there's much skill involved there. I really think it should be a 2-hit kill, and the lock on element of it should be removed. Next up, there's a 60 FPS cap on the console. No PC multiplayer first-person shooter should be limited to 60 frames per second, especially nowadays with the abundance of 120Hz and 144Hz monitors. There's a big difference between 60 and 120 FPS. If you play PC games, if you've played PC games and first-person shooters for a long time, you can tell the difference. Trust me, there'll be people in the comments going, well, the human eye can't see over 30 frames per second. Yes, it can. You can tell the difference between 60 frames per second and 120 frames per second. It's a big difference. There is a workaround for it at the moment on PC, but it involves putting vertical sync on. And for some reason, if you do that in the game, it creates horrible input lag, more so than in other games when you put vertical sync on. And it also creates a variable mouse sensitivity. For some reason, your mouse sense is tied to your frame rate, which is pretty terrible. You know, you can't be consistent with your aim if that's happening. And also, in relation to that, there's no raw input in this game. It's a Source Engine game. Source Engine has raw input built in, so I don't know why they've removed it, whatever. But yeah, that should really be in the game. I should be able to just stick a number in my console, or go to the options and say my sensitivity is 2.5, and it's always going to be the same no matter what frame rate I'm getting, whether I've got VSync on or off. They need to remove the 60 FPS cap and also add raw input. Like I just mentioned, the Source Engine, so the game runs on Source Engine. There's no spectator mode or demo recording. Really don't get this. It's built in to the Source Engine. You just open the console, you type record, name a demo, press enter, records a load of data to a file. At any point you can come back and open the console, play, name of the demo, press enter. The demo plays back just like you were playing it, and you don't lose any performance when you're recording earlier. Again, no spectator mode either, so that just sort of ruins comp play. I don't know if Respawn really care about competitive play or esports, but it would have been cool to have that option. To be a spectator. Obviously the game looks ridiculously awesome sometimes, and people can do some crazy free running stuff and pull off some insane kills, but yeah, there's no way to really record that unless you're locally recording your screen or using like a game capture device, whatever. So spectator mode and demo recording, don't understand why that's been removed. Maybe it's so they can push the Xbox Upload app, I don't know, but yeah, feels kind of sucky, that does. But yeah, there you go. And finally, the last negative point I had was that the game isn't on PlayStation 4. That's obviously pissed off a lot of PlayStation 4 users who bought PS4, and now they're seeing all these guys on PC and Xbox One having a load of fun on Titanfall, and they can't play the game. So I don't know exactly what happened here, why it's an Xbox One exclusive. I mean, obviously it's on PC as well. But yeah, the Sony guys aren't going to get this game. I think they will get Titanfall 2, definitely. And I just think that Microsoft must have paid EA a load of money to make this game an Xbox One exclusive, or they had some sort of special deal going on. I don't know. Because obviously the game's really good, and it's going to sell a load of copies, and therefore it's going to sell a load of Xbox Ones. But I can't imagine that Respawn, the developers of the game, didn't want this to be on PS4 as well, because it's a new IP. You know, as a developer, as a development studio, obviously they want to get the new IP out there on as many platforms as possible. And they knew it was a good game as well. You could tell Respawn knew they were onto a winner here. And I just can't imagine that they didn't want the game to be on PS4, because they're gamers. You know, when I think about Respawn and when I watch interviews with them, you can tell that they're gamers and they really love doing what they're doing. And I'm sure many of them have PS4s. So I think it must have been a deal between Microsoft and EA. Again, that's just, you know, I'm just supposing these things, but that might have been how it went down. I don't know. Like I said, it will definitely sell a lot of Xbox Ones though, so Microsoft will certainly be happy at the moment. Enough with the bad stuff. Let's get on to the good shit. Okay, the game is fun. It's just overwhelmingly fun. It brings back memories of Unreal Tournament and Quake and Counter-Strike. It's a twitch shooter. You know, if you like games like Arma or slower paced first-person shooters like Battlefield, you might not like this, and you'll just go, oh, it's COD with mechs. It's not COD with mechs. And I think the people that are saying that are either trolling or they haven't played the game. And it's a disservice to the developers to say that this game is COD with mechs. There are some similarities, certainly, between COD and this game. There's similarities between COD and Battlefield, between COD and Crysis. You can compare all these games. There's always going to be some crossover there. But this game is very different to Call of Duty. It's fun. The movement in the game, the free running feels very natural and intuitive. You can just traverse a level without touching the floor and pull off some mid-air kills. It makes you feel like a complete badass. Like, that's what this game is really good at. It's just got a sense of style, a sense of coolness, and yeah, you don't get stuck on shit. Like you know, like in Battlefield, I've said this before, you'll be running along and you'll just get stuck on a piece of wood on the floor, or like on a wall or something. You feel like you're glued to the wall and you get frustrated. It ends up getting you killed. In this game, the movement and the gunplay it just feels very purposeful, and your character does what you want it to do. You never feel like you've been cheated or robbed. You never feel like, oh, I died because the game messed up. Like, I died because the netcode is terrible. You don't ever feel like that in TitanFall. Like I said, it's very purposeful. You know when you've got a kill. You can feel when you've beat an opponent and you're going to get the kill. And that's what it's really good at. It's very satisfying. Obviously, the Source engine is well known for having high tick rates, good netcode, good hit reg. Titanfall has certainly inherited that from the Source engine. I just love the verticality of it. You know, in a lot of first-person shooters, you're just on one plane. You're on a flat level. Maybe you can go up some stairs and go to a balcony and do some sniping or whatever. But in this game, the playing field is literally the whole level. You can go up any wall. You can jump over large spaces. You can bounce along. It's just really fast-paced. Yeah, really something new and exciting. Again, it's one of the first-person shooters in a long time that I've actually wanted to play again and again, and I've synced like a lot of time into, like a lot of gaming time. Normally in my spare time I play a lot of Battlefield, I play a lot of Dota 2, but pretty much this last week and during the beta I was just playing Titanfall because I was just having so much fun with it. It's very addictive. Capture the Flag I think is brilliant in Titanfall. Don't really like it in many other games, but playing it really reminds me of Quake and Tribes. There's so many maps to play, and it's just a load of fun, really. You know, you get the flag, and then you can either jump on the back of a friendly Titan and he can skirt away back to your base, or you can do some epic wall running, pop your stim and go super fast if you've got the prosthetic legs perk, burn card, sorry. Yeah, it's just really fun. This game just oozes fun, I guess. And it's not for everyone, certainly. Not everyone's going to like this game. Some people might play it and go, no, I don't like it. It's boring. I don't know why you would do that, but some people could find it boring. I don't know. It's, you know, apples and oranges, each into their own, whatever bakes your cake. But for me, I just find it really fun, and I can play it just again and again and again, and I'm really enjoying it at the moment. I think all of my mates are as well. It's yeah, it's just good. It's just a really good multiplayer first-person shooter. Yeah, at the moment I'm loving it. Although, you know, the only thing I'm worried about is longevity. I don't know how long my love for the game is going to last. Although there are a lot of maps and a lot of game modes, like I said, there isn't much customization. Once you've gone through all the unlocks and challenges, you just sort of do it all again. So I'm quite interested to see what the DLC brings out. You know, if they have like a monster hunting mode, or introduce like a horde mode for the monsters, or just a couple of new game modes, maybe like a pilot versus pilot only game mode, like search and destroy. I think that could be pretty cool, you know, like a Counter-Strike round-based thing. We'll see. At the moment, really enjoying it, having a lot of fun. I think it's a very good first-person shooter. I do think that Respawn deserve a lot of credit for what they've made here. It is something different to everything else that's been coming out for the last 5 years. And I guess in a way you could say they took a risk with that, but I think it's certainly paid off for them. So good stuff. So is this game worth the asking price? Obviously, it's a AAA title, published by EA. It's on Xbox One, PC. It's coming out on 360 as well. For me personally, I feel like I've got more than my money's worth out of this game, and I'm definitely going to be playing it some more and posting videos of it. You know, like tactics and tips. If you saw my Do You Know Titanfall video, that sort of thing. I don't necessarily think I'll be doing gameplay commentaries on this, because I think this game is much more fun to play than to watch, if you get what I mean. And if you've played the game, maybe you'll understand, or if you haven't played the game, I don't know. But yeah, that's my feelings with it. I think it's much more fun to play than watch on YouTube. But I'll be doing tips and tricks videos more than just gameplay commentaries. Look forward to that if you're interested in that, because I will be doing more Titanfall content on my channel. Right then, onto that thing that I mentioned at the start of the video. You can have a piece of me. It totally doesn't make sense either now I think about it. Yeah, it's a collaboration I've done with G2A.com, and they do a lot of charity work with Save the Children, obviously a very reputable, worldwide, well-known charity. And they have like an auction website where items go up for auction and you can donate towards them to win them. All the money goes to charity, and if you get the top donation, you can have whatever the item was. Anyways, they contacted me and they wanted to do something with me that they could put up for auction. So I said, well, if you think about the time you want to do this and the games that are out, Titanfall is probably going to be something relevant. So I asked them, look, could you get me a Titanfall collector's edition and I'll sign it and we'll put it up for an auction? And they were like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. So that's what I've got, and that's what you'll be donating for, I guess. I don't know why someone would want something with my signature on, because I'm really not that important, but maybe someone will. But the thing that you will want is the Titanfall Collector's Edition, because it's awesome, and it's absolutely massive. As you can see here, I'm just filming the box. There's a banana for scale, just so you can see how big it is. I warn you, this thing is massive, so if you're seriously considering donating and getting this, make sure you've got room for it, because it's huge and it comes with a massive statue of a Titan, an art book, a poster. Of course, you get the game as well, and it'll be signed by me. If you're interested in that, there's 3 days left on the auction, thereabouts. You can go to the link in the description. I'll put it on the screen now as well, and donate. Everyone that donates gets a chance to win $5,000 worth of games on the website. Everyone goes into the draw. Also, if you donate specific amounts, you get like points which you can spend on the G2A store on games. And of course, the top donator will win the collector's edition signed by yours truly. Don't know how many of you guys will be interested in doing that or taking part, but if you want to, links on the screen now, links in the description, and go and check it out. Also, G2A.com have sorted me out with a discount code for you guys. So if you click on my referral link, which is in the description, I'll put it on the screen now as well. It's G2A.com/r/JackFrags. You go there, and they've got loads of games on there. Literally every game on there is cheaper than on Steam, Origin. You can get Xbox points, whatever. And when you're in the checkout, put the code FRAGGED in, and that will give you a further 3% discount. You can pick up any new games on there you like. They've got South Park, Stick of Truth, Titanfall, Battlefield 4, Premium, Xbox points, like I said, Sony Network points. Basically, any game that you can think of, it's probably on there, and it's a lot cheaper than you could get it through Steam or Origin or Uplay or whatever. If you're after a new game, you can buy it on there. I get a little bit of commission. You get a game for super cheap. Don't forget, put the code FRAGS in and you'll get a further 3% discount. There we go, guys. And once again, if you're donating for the Titanfall thing, all of the money goes straight to charity. I don't get any of that. G2A.com don't get any of that. It just goes all to Save the Children. And that's a good cause. I think that's something that my viewers and subscribers could get behind. And I'd really appreciate it if you guys donated just whilst the auction's up. As much as you want, as little as you want, whatever. Top donator wins the prize signed by me. Yeah, excellent. Right, so thanks for watching, guys. Leave a rating and a comment. Hope you all have a lovely weekend. It's going to be awesome, I'm sure. And I'll see you in the next one.